There is quite tension inside many growing organizations. The more tools they introduce to improve execution, the harder execution seems to become. On paper, everything looks more structured. There are dashboards, trackers, workflows, automations. Yet, people feel busier and less certain. Conversations multiply, status updates increase, meetings fill the calendar, and somehow real progress feels slower. If that tension sounds familiar, you are in the right place. I want to explore today something that sits underneath all of this from a perspective of how work actually moves through a system. When organizations scale, they naturally add processes and tools. Growth creates complexity, and complexity demands structure. The problem begins when tools are layered on top of workflows that were never clearly defined in the first place. Each new platform creates another surface where work can exist. Requests live in one place, approval sits in another, conversations unfold somewhere else. Over time, work stops flowing in a straight line. It circulates through partial systems, each optimized for a narrow slice of reality. At the operator level, this shows up in a simple frustration. The work exists, but no one fully certain where it lives. The hidden cost is not just the subscription fee of those tools. It is the translation between tools, the handoffs, the repeated context switches. When the output of one system becomes the input of another, frictions accumulates, task slips, cycle time stretch, quality begins to dip. Recent data reflects what many already felt. People are interrupted constantly. Messages, email, meetings, notifications. If attention resets every few minutes, deep work becomes rare. Communications expand into the hours that once allowed thinking. Executions become coordination. Visibility starts to replace progress. A common reaction is to look for a better tool, or now to look towards AI as the solution. AI can absolutely accelerate routine work, but it will accelerate whatever structure already exists. If the workflow is fragmented, the fragmentation simply moves faster. More artifact, more drafts, more noise. Under time pressure, people begin to trust automated output too quickly because system feels authoritative. That is where small errors creep in. At some point, the more useful question is not what should we adopt next. It is what is our workflow actually optimizing for? Is it optimizing for speed, visibility, for control, or for predictable movement from request to outcome? Because when coordination becomes the work, visibility becomes the proxy for progress. And that drift can happen quietly. When you redesign how work moves, clarifying decision points, removing unnecessary handoffs, defining ownership, you create an advantage that lasts longer than any tool. Tools become delivery vehicle, replaceable, seconded. Sometimes this is strangely liberating to recognize it. For now, I will leave you with a simple thought. Before adding the next tool, pause and look at the path your work takes from request to outcome. That path often tells the real story. I explored this pattern in more depth in my LinkedIn newsletter from February 11, 2026. If these conversations resonate, you may find that full reflection useful. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you in the next one.